Morning, Bob. Morning, Bite. Don't show your butt. That's rude. Good morning, Tracy. How are you? Morning, Janine. My mom's good. Actually, I think she sent me a text this morning and I didn't read it yet. So let's check that out here, see what she has to say. She's hooked on the Queen's 70th anniversary thing. So that's what she's been doing, I guess. Quite a spectacle, huh? Okay, so she's going to Southern California next weekend to visit some friends. I guess she's going with my sister, and she'll be there, I guess, for a week. And yeah, that's what's going on. She says it's cold and rainy there, so she loves that. So there you go. She's watching the Queen's thing and getting ready to go to California. Am I using the pool yet? Yeah, the pool's getting up there to the point. It's like lower 80s. I want to get it a few more degrees up, but it's warm enough in there now that I can get into it. So yeah, using the pool. Supposed to be hundreds this week, so it'll be a good pool using week. I'll hopefully get the temperature up in the pool a little bit more too. There's no heater in that thing, so the heater is the sun, and so more of these 100, 101, 102 degree days. That's more warmth in the pool, and that's always appreciated. But hopefully, we'll get about three maybe more good pool using months this summer. I get my money's worth out of that thing. Yeah, a pool party. All you gotta do is figure out where I live. That's the contest here. You find out where I live, you can come for the pool party. Morning, Dr. Susan. Did you hear pool party? Yeah. All you gotta do is figure out where I live, and you can come to the pool party. We were talking about the pool a little bit, whether it's ready to go for the summer. And yeah, it's getting up there in temperature, so we're doing good. Try to get everybody in here and get them all wound up here. Question is when we're going to start talking about food. How's Flash getting along? Flash is loving the yard. She spent the night last night just in the backyard, just kind of up against a fence post, and now she's completely on the other side of the yard, hiding over by the shed. No, she's not going to get anywhere near the pool water. So no, there won't be any problems with that. Look who's back. There's such a small amount of chlorine in that water anyway, so I mean, in a parts per million standpoint, it's tiny little amount. Yeah, that's my buddy. good one of them's affectionate, right? It'd be really depressing to have two really antisocial kitties, right? Bite. You used to be a little antisocial too. That's how you get your name, isn't it? Now you're just the world's biggest lap cat. Last year's tough. Yeah. Oh, we're gonna only have 20 minutes of Rhonda today. How's everybody doing over there at the Sear House? Yeah, we got Mike over here. Sometimes he switches back and forth here just to make me move the camera. No food chat till Jeff shows up. Okay, well, hopefully we'll see him a little bit. The cat reads lips, has a talk show, and begs for snacks. Is that you? I didn't know you read lips. You up for a belly rub? Let's try to not repeat what you did last week where you drooled on my hands. Because that's what you did last week, wasn't it? You drooled all over my hands when we did this, didn't you? All right, success. We had a no drool encounter. Good boy. When it comes to ribs, do I like beef or pork? Yes. Yes. That's the answer. Do we get indoor mold in Texas? I've never had a problem with it any place I've been. You'd think it'd be possible, what with all the humidity and all that, but never had a problem with it so far. I would suppose as long as you keep the humidity down inside the house, it should be all right. Morning, Angela. Oh yeah, Bite will allow me to hold him. He gets but only for a short period of time. I got maybe 30 seconds or a minute with him, and then he'll start squirming and trying to get down. But yeah. Yeah, Rhonda's probably right. I mean, a lot of people like have mold problems in the bathroom or something where it's really humid. But I've never had a problem with it here yet. Fingers crossed. Knock wood. Gotta get all the cat fur off of me now. What brand of soil did I use for the veggie garden? It was the soil that was there last year, and it was just the house brand of the nursery I got all the plants from. This particular brand has like two locations in Waco. One of them over by my apartment, and another one in another part of town. And they're a big enough place that they just kind of have their own house brand of soil. Actually, they have several house brands. I'm sure they go to some big maker and just have them package it in their own packaging. But well, there's definitely a big connection between humidity and mold, and so yeah, of course you're going to have a lot of humidity in Florida, so you're going to have a mold, more of a mold issue than maybe Death Valley or something like that, where the humidity is really low. But Texas has its share of humidity too. Never know what we're going to end up talking about on these live streams, huh? What's the average temp for summers in Texas? In the 90s. Yeah, pretty much every day. We'll get a little break from that from time to time if a rainstorm comes through, but usually that the temperature bounces back pretty quick and then the humidity goes up. Prime conditions for mold growth. Tie everything together here. No, I've never done one of those ancestry DNA tests. Yeah, basement seems like another place where mold could be a problem. Any place where it gets and maintains high humidity a lot or always. I'm glad I drove through downtown LA and didn't stop. I got gas before I left Sacramento, and that made it all the way down to SoCal. Car I got gets really good gas mileage out on the road. Yeah, that's one of the ways to control the humidity is with a dehumidifier. I've thought about getting one, but so far it really hasn't been a problem. I've never really had a problem with humidity in the house. It's always outside the house, and dehumidifier is not going to do anything out there. Purple mold, yum. This is probably better looking. The pink mold in your water there, great. At least it's a pretty color, right? Would want it to be green mold or something like that. What am I up to today? I'm just getting up, so I've only been up for a couple hours. Just had some breakfast, set up the live stream, and here we are. Yeah, I got relatively hard water here too. I use that CLR stuff on the shower heads periodically. What did I have for breakfast? Breakfast burrito. But that's been kind of my go-to thing for a little while here. Get some sausage, chop up some ham, get some eggs, just kind of mix it all together in a pan, slap it in a tortilla shell with some cheese and homemade salsa, and we're good to go. You've been up since 4. Charlotte decided it was time to be up. Yeah, that happens. I get to sleep in on my weekends, so I take advantage of that. Yeah, Rip Ray Liotta. Picked your first tomato of the season a couple days ago, huh? Yeah, I got my tomatoes in. Nothing on them yet. I did notice this morning. In fact, one of the possible thumbnail photos for the live stream was a picture of the first serrano chili on my jalapeno plants or on my serrano chili plants. So I got one jalapeno pepper coming and one serrano pepper. What time do the cats wake up? Usually about 7 p.m. They sleep all day and then they're out wandering around the house at night. Yeah, never a boring moment at Rhonda's house. Do I pay higher on my utilities in Texas? No, I don't think so. Electricity is a little bit more, but what I have is a flat rate plan. I pay a certain amount each month, and it doesn't change no matter what my electrical usage is. I'm sure if I hit a certain limit, it would probably there'd be an issue. But when I'm running the air conditioning all the time during the summer, you got to do that. I rarely use the air conditioning in the house in California because it was too expensive to do so. Yeah, I was looking for the picture. I still haven't received it. I'll have to contact you after the live stream. We'll have to figure out what's going on because I can't get that. Did you send it to me through Facebook? You said you private messaged me on it, but I've been looking everywhere. Haven't seen it. It's funny. There was no problem getting the Logan picture through, but multiple attempts. We just haven't been able to get a picture of Charlotte yet. Yeah, see if because I haven't received anything from you in Facebook. I'm looking at the messenger program right now. It's been almost a month since somebody private messaged me on that. So, okay, yeah, we'll try again. That's what I figured you meant when you said you private messaged me, but like I said, nothing came through. I don't know. I wonder if that picture is just cursed or something like that because you've tried to email it to me a couple times. Yeah, yeah, yeah. This is really prime territory for growing peppers. And that may just automatically always be a regular staple of my garden because I'll always eat those. Are peppers hard to grow? I've only got well, I'm on my second year of it, and I had a pretty good crop last year. And the 4 plants that I planted, or the 8 plants that I planted, are still doing well. Okay, so Rhonda just said she sent it again. Nothing yet. Yeah, you're right. In fact, I'm actually thinking maybe growing some onions. I accidentally lost an onion in the back of the refrigerator. It was in a plastic bag and it had been there for, I don't know, some period of time since I cooked something with onions. And It actually was starting to grow inside the plastic baggies. So I planted that in the backyard. We'll see if that does anything. I don't know. I don't know if it's making it, but onions would be, the only remaining piece because I got the tomatoes, I got the peppers. If you watched one of my vlogs, I pickled some of my peppers at the end of the growing season last year. In fact, in a previous live stream, I ate one of them, one of my habanero peppers on the live stream. Yeah, yeah, I can imagine that would be an issue, Angela. Good morning, Connie. You had a haircut. Yeah, you got to do that every once in a while. Not good swimming pool weather there, Angela. Oh, Flash does eat the grass. That's what she feeds on primarily. Every once in a while, I throw her a treat. It was a little different with Beth because Beth didn't have anything naturally growing on the ground that Flash could eat. The problem was anything that Beth planted on the ground, the dogs peed on. When the dogs peed on it, it killed the plant. So everything Beth has growing is off the ground, so the dogs don't pee on it. Morning, Jean. Morning, Kim. How are you? Thanks for coming in. Yeah, no swimming pool weather in Seattle. Definitely not. Yeah, Bite's heading back to his room. I guess he's not getting enough attention. I got to really disable Norton before I do this because every couple seconds the screen comes up and it's chewing up clock cycles doing a virus scan. But that was sort of what Flash fed on when she lived in the house in California too. She just fed on the grass. It's better here though because the problem was I had still a nice sized yard, but what she would do is she'd find one area to eat and she'd eat the grass all the way down to the dirt. And so there were just bare areas in the yard where, the grass wouldn't grow because, anytime, she started eating, that was where she went. She just never let it get a chance. But the grass grows so fast and so thick here, and there's so much of it that it isn't an issue here. So you're on vacation in Minnesota and wearing a winter coat, huh? No, I suppose there isn't swimming weather in the North Pole either. At least not unless they have like an indoor pool. Did my mom feel the earthquake? Was there an earthquake? I have to go check that out here. I usually make it a point to keep tabs on things like that. I looked this morning, there weren't any in the Southern California. I check every day. It's still something I'm interested in, but I don't see any big ones really. Point Bay, California. Where is that? It was a couple days ago. I bet you that's that one. That was in San Francisco. 4.7. Yeah, maybe. I'm assuming that's what I'm looking at here. Or 4.1. It's possible she might have felt that one, but that she's like, I don't know, probably where is she here? Looks like it was probably 30 to 50 miles away from her. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, we got our first troll. Fortunately, the YouTube thing caught it. Winnipeg doesn't have earthquakes. You're lucky. I don't like earthquakes. That was actually one of the reasons that I moved to Texas. There aren't a lot of earthquakes here. I lived in California my whole life. I'm glad I've had my share. I've been through my share of earthquakes. I hate them. Now this is just our usual typical moronic troll. Like I said, this time YouTube censor thing caught it. But I'm sure he'll be back again because that's what losers do. He's got nothing better to do. I'll find my mouse here ready so that I can jump on them faster. That's the reason, I've got a little touch screen on the laptop right here, or a little, touchpad thing to do most stuff, but I can move faster with a mouse. So that's why I keep the mouse hooked up all the time. So I can hit these idiots. Wish I could actually really hit them, right? Click on them and it's like, a fist comes out of their computer, goes bam, like that. You plan to see Top Gun movie? I don't know. I got to admit, movies haven't really been that big of a thing for me. I can't tell you the last time I saw a movie in the theater. It's been years. I haven't seen one in Texas. Haven't seen the inside of a movie theater in a long time. I don't even know what movies cost anymore. Is it $30 a ticket yet? Probably. New Jurassic Park movie is supposed to be pretty good too. I like a lot of that series. So I could, it might not be one that I go to the theater to see, but it might be one that I pick up when it comes out on Blu-ray. Can't imagine having that much time on your hands to troll live streams. Yeah, there's not much to do when you're living in your mom's basement. Yeah, you're right, Angela. With big screen TVs, who needs to go to the movies? You can make your own popcorn for a fifth the cost, by the way. Pause the movie, and you don't have to sacrifice your shoes because they're stuck to the floor at the end of the movie. King's Speech was the last movie you saw. Wow. I assume you mean the last one you saw in the theater. What's the weather? It's really warm out right now. It's probably pushing 90, and we're supposed to get into the mid 90s today. So, and they're talking about hundreds for the next couple of days. So it'll be good pool using weather, right? Really surprised our friendly neighborhood troll hasn't come back yet. Usually doesn't take that much time for him to switch accounts. Mom must want him to take the trash out. You saw the Mr. Rogers documentary, huh? Yeah, see, even that was one I missed. I mean, I remember watching Mr. Rogers when I was a kid. No, I think YouTube just started doing that. I wish it got all of them. Really, I wish, I mean, the easiest thing to do to eliminate, because it's all the same guy. He just has a whole bunch of accounts. And he spends his whole life building accounts and then going and harassing people, and then he moves on to the next one. I really wish YouTube would just give me the ability to block an IP address. That'd be so much easier. Just block that one person and be done with it. Morning, Yvonne. How you doing today? Yeah, me too, Laura Lee, except it was when I was a little boy. But I don't really even use the pool for swimming as much as just kind of soaking in. It's a nice place to just kind of, kick back and relax. Yeah, we're pushing triple digits. What's the length of the pool? It's actually a round pool. It's a 25-foot diameter. Well, I wouldn't want YouTube to just say certain IP addresses are blocked. But I wouldn't mind having the ability to block that person's IP address once and for all and be done with it. If I have a little floaty raft to float in the pool, no. I usually just kind of get down like almost on my knees, and so just my head is above the water. It's a good way to cool off. Bought a mini swamp cooler to keep the cats cool and AC costs down during the working hours while you're away. The only problem with the swamp coolers in the house is they increase the humidity. And we were just talking about mold a little earlier, so you got to be careful of that. How deep is the pool? It's what, 36 or 40 inches deep. It varies because I get a lot of evaporation off of it. Here in Arizona, yeah, yeah, it gets a little dry there. What would the cats do if they were in the water? We'll never find out, but I'm sure they would not be very happy with it. Can I demonstrate how to set up the stick? Yeah, I suppose we could maybe do a video on that. Basically, it's just a matter of going in and you got to configure it to talk to your Wi-Fi. So you need to have your Wi-Fi information. You set it up, click on the network, type in the password, and then you got internet connection. And then it's just a matter of, creating your accounts or, logging into all the accounts, log into your Netflix, and log into your YouTube, log into whatever you have, your Amazon Prime, whatever of the services you have. It really isn't that hard, but it all starts with getting the internet set up. It does cool down, but it cools down like into the 80s. I'll get a floating raft with a beverage holder for the vodka. Yeah, no, it's mostly actually beer in the pool. Yeah, I just make a paper cup out with or plastic cup out with some beer in it. Do you need a special TV? No, just one with a HDMI port, which I mean basically every TV today comes with that. Yeah, yeah. YouTube is one of the things that you can get on the Fire Stick, and so yeah, you could watch it on TV. In fact, that's one of the things I hooked up because I have, obviously I've got several YouTube accounts, and I hooked up the Netflix. Is it no? Just there's several different options, but you just pick the one that has the features you want. And the thing, it's just that little dongle thing that hangs on the back of the TV. There's a big one that has like a box that plugs into your TV, but you don't need that. I mean, if you want that, you can go that route. And I think there's like two different sizes of the stick itself, and either of them will do the basics like Netflix and YouTube and a lot of the service like Disney Plus, Paramount Plus. And they got one that's for 4K and one for HD. You can decide how you want to do that. The one I got does 4K, but it's only hooked up to a high HD TV. So usually the higher level stuff is backwards compatible with the lower stuff. So you put a 4K Fire Stick on a high definition TV, it'll work. Yeah, there is a you have to power the Fire Stick, and so there has to be power going to it, and that plugs into a USB port. So yes. Now, unfortunately, there is a USB port on the back of the TV, but apparently it didn't produce enough power to power the Fire Sticks or the Fire Sticks. So I had to plug it into the little power strip I had there. Your TV's an LG. LG's if it's a LG flat screen TV, it should have HDMI ports. Basically, any flat screen TV in the last 8 years is going to have it. Moved to Mesa from San Francisco about 4.5 years ago. Yeah, it's been more than 3 years here now. That blows me away. I'm a Texan. Didn't know what to buy. Yeah, basically anything will work. Just figure out, if you want to do the stick or the dedicated box. And if you have a 4K TV, get the 4K version Fire Stick. But you can get that, and it's still backwards compatible with high def. So you follow me since you watched me on Jordan. That's cool. Thank you. Yeah, there's a lot of people that have been here from the very beginning. Yeah, you're here enough, Yvonne, that I recognize your name. Pioneer escapees. Yeah, that's it. So cool with technology we take for granted. Yeah, isn't that true? I mean, who would have thought that you could have, basically, entire entertainment system, just about anything you think on a package that big connects to your internet and away you go. YouTube, all your streaming services, and the ability to expand. Well, Jordan gave me the one that I have on the big TV here. And so I figured, okay, well, I'm just going to get my own and, get a second one and put it on the TV in the bedroom because it's a really handy way of doing it. And I've been very happy with the Fire Stick out here. Morning, Nancy. You down here, buddy? Probably. There he is. I hear him. Now I see him. Wow, wow. He's a funny kitty. You got like psycho eyes right now, Bite. Your eyes are like glowing. Wow. Wow. No, nothing happening yet with Lowe's. They still blow. Yvonne said so cute, but I think she's talking about me. Sorry, buddy. You tried, I know. Yeah, having YouTube on the TV is definitely the way to go. I mean, my mom still watches YouTube on her iPad, and it's like, I mean, if that's fine for you, but why wouldn't you just want it on the big screen? Your Tori chats with you. Very chatty, huh? Yeah. This one's kind of chatty too, a little bit sometimes. Good seeing you, Angela. Thanks for stopping in. Yeah, yeah. I've hooked my laptop up to the TV too because it's just got an HDMI port on the side of it, and so that goes right into the TV. Slicker and snot. Yeah, clingy cat, huh? Yeah. This guy can be a little clingy at times too, but that's okay. That's what makes him adorable, right? I just blocked myself. I mean, that's the first sign. You if you're going to be a troll and you're going to sign up with my name, that's the first sign that something's odd. All right, Jeffson. Now we can start talking about food. I always wonder what cats and kittens dream about. Probably chasing bugs and things like that, right? Is that what you dream about, Bite? Nah, this guy's been an idiot all his life. He loves trolling. Different people. He trolls Jordan. He goes after Adam. He goes after the rest of them. He's got nothing to do with his life. He's a loser. Made a chuck roast in the crock pot last night. That sounds good. Eric had waffles for breakfast. Waffles are good. Come make me some brownies, Janine. Yes, a lot of folks that are typically on here must be out and about and enjoying the beautiful weather. I don't know. It's a typical day. There's 35 people here. Yeah, see, like we said, now that Jeff's here, we can start talking about food. Yvonne's staying cool and doing stuff around the house. That's what you got to do. That's what you do in the summer. I don't know. Today, I got to think. I definitely got to go out and mow the lawn because if I don't do it now, I'm gonna need to get out there with a machete. I thought Bike disappeared, but I heard him purring, and then I realized he's just hiding behind me. Just as listening and driving. That's good. Yeah, don't watch while you're driving, Jeff. That's not a good idea. Good safety tip there. Yeah, well, go shopping. That's another option. They usually have the air conditioning on. Pool's doing good. It's nice and warm now, so I'm getting in there from time to time. Hopefully, going to do it a little bit more. I didn't go in last week because it rained late in the week, and that kind of knocked the temperature down a little bit. It broke today, and maybe in a couple of weeks. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, I actually saw Flash go into the cave last weekend, last Sunday. I was talking to my mom and all of a sudden she just walked right into the cave. So she doesn't sleep in there, but she's using it for what it's for, which was for her to temporarily escape the heat. So she knows about it and she is using it. But like I suspected, I think she's really thriving in the hot. No, Flash avoids the water. She does not like water. It's funny though, if it's raining and it's really warm out, she might be out walking around in it. But in terms of actually getting in, like swimming, no, she does not do that. She had a pond. We had a pond in the house in California, and she stayed away from it. Yeah, I need about a hundred of her though to keep up with the way the grass grows in this place. Plus, then there'd be all the turtle poo to pick up. Yeah, Jeff wants to make sure everyone knows he's not being rude and ignoring you. He's driving and can't necessarily read all the text messages. So we get it. If there's anything important, Jeff, since you're listening, I'll say something. Yeah, I dub audio on my videos all the time. Gopher tortoises are kind of native to this area. They're kind of in the southern part of southeastern part of the country. So the southern states, Florida, I think actually they go all the way here to Texas. So Dr. Susan wants to know if you have a strawberry shortcake recipe, Jeff. Do I ever bring Flash inside? Not so far. Every once in a while in California, I'd leave the door open enough, or she'd figure out how to open the door and she'd come in from time to time. But I always just shoot her back out again. I'm sure she would come in. She's been known to do it. It just hasn't been the opportunity yet. One of these days, though, I'm gonna build a box for her to go in that will replace her winter home that I left in California, and that will be something that'll be easy to pick up and move, so that if it gets really cold out, I can bring her in, put her in the garage, and keep her safe. Yeah, I think the guest bedroom turned out nice. All right, Jeff responded to you there, Dr. Susan. Strawberry pizza dessert, huh? I don't know. I guess if it's a dessert type of thing and not having like tomato sauce and that kind of stuff, and cheese and strawberries, because I think that would clash. That sounds horrible, but I'm sure it isn't that kind of thing. Where do I put Flash when I mow? That little box that I transported her back to Texas in, I still got that, and I just put her in that in the shade for a while. She'll just stay there for an hour or so while the mower's running, and then she gets let loose again. Yeah, I just hear the word strawberry and pizza, and I imagine a pizza with strawberries on it. And the tomato sauce and the pepperonis and the cheese and all that. I think that would clash with the strawberries, but I'm sure that's not what it is. How long does it take to find Flash in the yard? Sometimes I find her right away. Sometimes I don't find her at all. A couple nights ago, I couldn't find her and actually got up the next morning and went to a place that she's never slept before, and that's where she was. Yeah, yeah, and anchovies. Anchovies and strawberries just don't sound like they mix. Yeah, that's what I figured, Jeff. No sauce, no cheese, no pepperoni, because that would be just gross. Yes, I can turn the camera back here because Bite has left for the moment. My fan of fake meat, I've never tried it. Don't have any desire to try it. Why eat fake meat when you have real meat? Even if the real meat is outrageously expensive right now. Next, I need a goat. Yeah, I don't know about that. I think we'll hold off on the goat for now. How's Jordan liking his new place? We haven't really talked about it, but it's a nice place, and he's definitely turning it into his house. Just like I did with this one. This house looks nothing like what it did when I bought it. Yeah, no, I don't think I'd get a goat for food. I'd get a goat for eating the grass, but that's what the lawnmower is for. That's what Flash is for. And she likes having the tall grass because she can hide in that. Has Flash met the possum yet? I don't know. She had encounters with plenty of possums in California, though, so she knows what they are. In fact, I caught one in my house once that went into Flash's box when Flash was in there to try and escape. Yeah, you're right, Dr. Susan. The lawnmower would be really tough to eat. A little gritty, a little too greasy too. Well, Flash isn't that big. I mean, she's about that big. I am glad having her home, though. It's fun going out in the backyard and seeing her be bopping around. Saw someone on TV the other day put a steak in the dishwasher to cook. Yeah, maybe. I mean, yeah, it probably would work. Obviously, you wouldn't want to use the soap or anything like that, but the hot water, would be the equivalent of boiling a steak, except I don't think the water gets that hot. Laura Lee has a great cat joke. What do you call a cat that eats lemons? Sourpuss. But oh, they put it in a vacuum bag, huh? Interesting. Okay, yeah, that would probably work. I mean, I don't think it'd be my go-to for cooking, but because basically what happens in there is the water is heated up by that heating element, and the way you sanitize your dishes is with hot water. Yeah, it'd probably work. Have any idea what Flash's life expectancy is? No. I've had her, like I said, about 30 years. And I don't think that's even half her life. She'd bring Flash to the zoos, let her see some of her own kind. Yeah, that would be kind of fun. It'd be actually cool if they had a gopher tortoise there. Yeah, I agree, Connie. It's make your house your own. It is your house. You ever had to take Flash to the vet? No. A neighbor in California had one, but it was chained to a small area, and yeah, no, I couldn't do that. I'm concerned about losing Flash, but rather than chaining her up, which that's cruel, I think. I just made sure that the yard is tortoise proof, that she can't tunnel under the fence or even see light under the fence. That's what the problem. That's the problem. I'm always concerned that she's going to tunnel under the fence. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, that's just wrong. People do that with dogs too, and that's cruel also. I've thought about some sort of way of marking her in a way that if somebody found her, but it'd have to be someplace too where she wouldn't be able to scratch it off or something like that. She's remarkably strong. I've thought about that too, Dr. Susan. The problem is I wouldn't want to have show footage of Flash with my telephone number on her on the vlog. Yeah, I know that they put chips in dogs and cats. I have chips in bite and nibble. Yeah, yeah, my cats never leave the house either. Well, the issue of hiding the number is somebody going to find the number? I mean, is someone going to really pick up a flash if they find her? And is there a number here? I don't see. Yeah, hold her for ransom, right? Hey, Peg Tooth is here. There is some sort of a tortoise sanctuary in the area, or well, not in the area, but in Texas. My mom likes the instant pot. She's using it to steam vegetables, and I guess that's all she's going to do with it, at least for now. But she likes bringing vegetables down to the cafeteria and sharing them with her friends because the vegetables they get at the in the cafeteria there, they've been probably in the steamer for hours and hours and hours, and they're just mushy. My mom, and her friends like the veggies a little bit more crispy, and the instant pot does that really well. Do I have more vacation time this year? Yes. Yeah, I didn't use, I probably only used about half of what I have available. I actually made arrangements yesterday. I'm going to take one day off in October. Jordan and I are going to a concert. What's the weather like? Hot and clear. A little bit of a breeze, but it's supposed to be in the 90s and hundreds over the next few days. So ready for that. Well, I think the sanctuary is down like Austin area, which is a ways away. It's been raining at Peg's house. All right. I love it when it rains. We don't really need the rain, but still send it this way. Yeah, I leave the pool cover off in the summer months. In fact, the pool cover I actually threw it away because it was starting to get torn up and disintegrate, and it was only good for a couple of years. Yeah, we got a little bit of rain this past week, actually on 2 different days, probably a little bit more than an inch over two different storms. So that's nice. That's one of the things I like about it. I love it when it rains and you can look at the weather and it says it's going to be clear for the next 3 or 4 days, and all of a sudden, a day or two in advance, all of a sudden the chance of rain will go up and you'll get a real great thunderstorm that'll blow through. No, no, the pool cleaner didn't keep working. So yeah, I'm either gonna have to replace that cable or just buy a new one. You forgot fire season, Gene. That comes after hotter, but before earthquake. Jeff's headed to the lake and not going for lunch today, going to the lake. All right. Yeah, that's what I saw too, Nicholas. 101, 102 over the next few days. So that'll be nice. That'll get the pool up to some nice temperature, and it's a great time, for pool, pool time in the summer. That's right. Yeah, there's that hurricane that went across Mexico, came from the Pacific, went across Mexico, and then came across the Gulf. That did that cross Florida already? Because I did look at the hurricane map and it said that there was some sort of a tropical depression off the coast of Florida going out into the Atlantic Ocean. Yeah, 90s is pretty typical for the summer. So, I guess above 100 would be a heat wave here. I seem to deal with the heat better, though. For some reason, the combination of the heat and the humidity isn't as bad for me. Yeah, so it's just a good rainstorm. It just moved across the Gulf really fast because it seemed like I just looked a couple days ago and it was still going across Mexico, and then I looked again this morning and it was already off the coast of Florida. So it's funny though. Now that it's out in the open ocean again, it'll probably pull down, move to the south, and then might come back ashore again. Might reheat up as a hurricane. I've seen them do that. And it's bleeping hot, huh? Yeah, I can deal with the heat in small doses. Yeah, I'm gonna have to deal with it today because I think I'm gonna go out and mow the lawn. But that's what the pool's for, cooling down after you mow the lawn. All right, Jeff's at the lake. He's checking out. He's checking out. Oh yeah, I'm glad I bought the lot riding mower. It's a lot nicer, because I got a lot of I got a lot of lawn both in the front and the backyard. So it's nice that it's nice that I can do that and get it all done that way. You're welcome, Jeff. I'm glad you check in each week. I know it's kind of an awkward time for you right after church and before lunch, but you're always here, so we appreciate it. Good talking to you. Enjoy the lake. There's a lake here in Waco too. I'm surprised I haven't gone to that more. Never been in the water. Might be fun to get like a kayak or something like that and go out on the lake. Yeah, the front yard is probably roughly the size of the backyard. I mean, some of the house kind of extends out into the yard, but Peg doesn't wear short pants, so if I see a bright light from the north, that's him. Well, we probably won't see a bright light from the north because you only wear long pants. See, I'm the other extreme. I'm almost always wearing short pants when I'm home. Even in the winter, people look at me and it's like 30 degrees out, and I'm walking with short pants and a t-shirt. Neighbor one day said to you, you're so white." There's nothing wrong with that. I guess Bite went back to his room because I don't see him anymore. Taking a nap. See if we can coax him out. And now your pet's just perked up here. That's part of the fun, right? And actually, he's right over here. He's around. He was behind the couch. Yeah, I'll have to do oil filter and air change or air filter change pretty quick. Bite and Nibble do that too, but it's mainly when it gets stormy out. I think ultimately that's their ultimate fallback position. You know, they'll go run into their room when they're afraid, but when they're really afraid, they go back to the bathroom. Because I think when I first brought them into the house as babies, I still had the cat before them, and I was concerned about that cat doing something to them because they were so small. So for the first couple of weeks I had these two, they lived in the guest bathroom upstairs, and so their first days indoors were hiding in the bathtub. And in fact, I got a really cute picture of them, in a little cat bed, sleeping in the bathtub when they were babies. You like it when I say I'm getting ready to pull the plug on this one? Yeah, well, I mean, it kind of makes sense because I'm on a computer, and essentially that's what I do. I pull the plug on it. Yeah, you're right. The water's getting pretty low here. Actually, I got more live stream, I think, than I got water, so I might have to go for a refill. What's for supper tonight? I don't know. I haven't really thought about that. Thanks for stopping in, Yvonne. It was good to see you. Go do something productive now. Yeah, right. Did you mean salads? I don't really make salads. I just buy them in a bag. Hey, Cole, how you doing? Long time. Oh yeah, you'll usually get 2 hours out of me. The only thing that the only thing that really changes that ever is if I have like internet problems. Yeah, the trip to California was fun. I'm glad I drove. That was kind of fun. It also kind of maybe inspires me to expand my definition a little bit of where I might drive to for just a weekend, one of my long weekends. Because if I could find some place that's maybe 500 miles from here, within 500 miles, something where I could spend like one day driving, get there, spend a couple days enjoying it, and then another day driving back for my and before I go back to work, that'd be the way to go. And in reality, 400, 500 miles isn't really that bad in the car, especially in some of these flyover states where the speed limit isn't limited to like 60 miles an hour or something like that, where you can get up to 75 or even 80 miles an hour. You make good time out there. Yeah, I like Caesar salads too. I'm glad Flash is home. Yeah, the company took great care of Bite and Nibble. I'm very happy with them. I'll definitely use their service again. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking because I mean there might be something that it's worth maybe a couple day visit, and could would definitely be within the reach of something I could do without even having to take time off of work. See, that's the issue. Most of the vloggers that you watch, that's what they do. Their work is vlogging, and so they can take go somewhere and just spend as much time as they want there. I got to be careful because I got to work it within my work schedule. Now I can definitely take vacation time too, and maybe we'll do that a little bit more frequently. Yeah, this thing isn't really about getting as many views as I can. It's just something I kind of enjoy doing. So I have fun doing it. If people want to watch it, then great. And I'm getting more subscribers. The channel's slowly growing, so that's great. I've never heard of the WAG company, but this company they call it Perfect Pause, and perfect is spelled Purrfect. So like a cat purr, and they take care of both dogs and cats. And I would guess probably other things too. The WAG app. Okay, yeah, I've never heard of that. Like I said, I just kind of looked around. I found a couple of like people that would board the cats, but it just I wasn't impressed with any of the places, and I thought it would kind of freak the cats out to be moved into some strange place. So when I found this place and then found out how affordable it was, it's like this is the way to go. It's going to be the least stressful way for the cats because then they can stay home in an environment that they're used to and just have run of the place. And that company has different levels of service. They'll come in multiple times a day. They'll spend time with your pet. They'll go out and walk it, let it in the backyard if that's what they do, and or you can just get real simple service. And in my case, they just showed up at the house every couple of days and made sure everything was fine. It was the lowest level of service because they didn't have to spend any time. They didn't have to give any attention to the cats because the cats weren't going to be into that anyway. And in fact, half the times they were there, they couldn't even find both the cats. One day they couldn't find Nibble, the other day couldn't find either of them, and then another day they couldn't find Bite. I figure in both cases they were probably in the bathtub, but that's cool. Bite and Nibble know all the places to hide in this place. Yeah, well, that was what really blew me away too, because that was just above and beyond, John. Where I called them one night. I knew that package was there, and I didn't want it sitting there, for another 2 weeks. So I just called them, and they said, "Oh yeah, we'll be happy to do that. I'll go get it on my way home from work tonight." And that was it. Yeah, that's what it's called, Cole. I think it's just a local Texas company, local Waco company. So I don't think it's a chain. Might be though. I don't know. It just seemed like it was something local. So if you're not in the Waco area, it's not going to maybe do you a whole lot of good. But hi, Crystal. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I use the word sweethearts, but Bite and Nibble are my buddies. Bite especially. Nibble just kind of tolerates me. Yeah, they ran the sprinklers too. That was great too. I mean, they said in their advertisement that they'll do things like bring in the mail and that kind of stuff. So, I didn't think it was that much of a stretch, especially since they were going to be coming in the garage door anyway, and the sprinkler controller is right there. They just said, "Yeah, send us a video where to go and what to do, and we'll take care of it." Well, if there's anybody can shoot a video, it's me, right? The company may have exposed Bite and Nibble to country music in my absence. I hope not. But like you said, we can deprogram with them with either Dead Kennedys or Violent Femmes. I got a little of both of those. If it becomes a problem, if it becomes absolutely necessary. Hey, bye. Come up here. Maybe I'll give you a treat. Come on out. Come on, buddy. Ow. Ow. I was imagining Shamu jumping out of the water to grab a fish when he comes up. Oh, I see Nibble. She hears the treats too. Okay, yeah, she got that one. Good. We got one to her. Nibble got her treat. Let's see. 18 cats. Yeah, that's a little much. The most I've ever had was three. And it was basically when these two came into my life, and I still had the cat before them. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't really want to go back to three again. Two is fine. Two is about the most I would really choose to do. Kind of by Voices did a song where they mentioned a local band in Ohio called Cat Butt. Apparently, they were pretty good. Talk about putting on some cat butt and feeling real good. But I've heard of Cat Power. I don't think I'm not familiar with any of their music, but I've at least heard of them. Three is the limit, says the guy who had 18. Did I put cat videos on for the cats to entertain them? No. No, that's they entertain themselves by sleeping all day. That's what they do. That way they can prowl around the house all night. Yeah, Guided by Voices have their moments. It's funny. Jordan sent me a text the other day. Says he's kind of fallen out. Well, he kind of fell out of interest with Guided by Voices a number of years ago. I think he just kind of got overwhelmed. There was so much stuff coming out; it was hard to keep up with it. But he sent me a text the other day saying that he heard some new stuff and was actually kind of amazed how good they were. It was better than he said. He said it was better than he thought they would be. Yeah, yeah. Jordan's vlogged Kiss a few times. I went to a Kiss concert with him right before I left California. That'd be more than 3 years ago. That's probably the last concert I went to. I mean, unless you count some of these local things that I've vlogged with the Waco City events and stuff like that. Going to a concert with Jordan in a couple months, so that's going to be fun. Looking forward to that. You only had 18 cats for a month or so. That's still that ages you in dog years or in cat years. I don't know. Is it cat years when you have 18 cats for a month? I think they probably multiply more than rabbits. Candyland Riots need to get back together. That'd be fun. I don't think that's probably going to happen, but still, it would be fun. Everyone in the band has kind of moved on with their life. Jordan's vlogging, Michael's doing his accounting thing. Um, John is got his own, got a new band he's doing. He's doing his own thing, and Neil is in Mexico, I think. Smashing Pumpkins is a band I'd love to see. That's one that I regret having missed. They're such a great band. Probably one of my favorites. I still find myself pulling out like Melancholy and Infinite Sadness and playing that. And that's a double album, so that's a commitment to play that one. But it's a great album. It's just there's not one bad song on the whole album. On the whole double album, really. Not any of them that I said, we're gonna skip past that one. Even some of my favorite bands is like there's songs that are throwaways, but I don't know. I can't think of very many throwaways. Smashing Pumpkin songs. Top off the vodka. Give me a second. Oh, too old. I get stiff sitting like that for too long. All right, we're back. Jane's Addiction would be another great band to see. Aha had their moment, but yeah, that wouldn't be one on really high on my list. I mean, except for that one song, I can't think of anything else they did. I like a lot of Pink Floyd, but I don't know if I put The Wall very that high on the list. I think just because that album when it came out, it just got played to death. It was one of those albums that just got played over and over and over and over again. And I think a lot of times, stuff like that, if it gets overplayed, I get tired of it. But I like Wish You Were Here. I like Animals has always been one of my favorites. Early stuff mostly. Metal is a great album. Lollapalooza. I went to Lollapalooza a bunch of times. Haven't gone probably since the 80s, though. No, it would have been early '90s. I was going because I remember I saw. Um, let's see, who do we saw? We saw Pearl Jam, Soundgarden, and Red Hot Chili Peppers on the same bill one year, and that was like must have been '90 and '91, something like that. That was a great show. Rage Against the Machine, I think, was there. All great bands. I remember having a lot of fun at Lollapalooza. Those were great shows because you just go spend the whole day. Elton John, that's someone I would love to go see. But I would have liked to have gone to see him like in his prime. Elton John in the '70s, that would have been great. Never was that into Neil Young. I know he inspired Nirvana and Kurt Cobain of Nirvana a lot, but hi Bill, how are you doing? Yeah, who was touring in '92, '93? Because I think we went a couple years during that time period, and I think the year that it was Smashing Pumpkin or not Smashing Pumpkins, Pearl Jam and Soundgarden and Chili Peppers. I think that was the first year we went, and then we went a couple years after that. And I don't remember who was on the tours for those. No, I had to refill my glass, Bill. We drained the first one. Yeah, it might have been '91. Yeah, John Lennon was a great. Yeah, the song "Imagine" is great. I love that song. Well, I think both John and Paul are great. I don't think the Beatles would have been what they are without both of them. Some people say one, some people say the other. John definitely dragged the band in some really cool directions, but it was Paul's voice and their songwriting skills as a team that really made that song or made that band what it is. Stream is really lagging today, huh? You're having problems like that? Nah. If I'm going to get a sponsor, I want Home Depot. Anyone else having problems with lagging on the stream? Because I'm not showing any problems on my screen. Yeah, that was sad. Love how Bill was talking about Jordan and I, and after the word Jordan, it's put the flag of Jordan, of the country Jordan, on there. Okay, Susan's seeing a bit of a delay too, huh? Okay, see, that must have been because I don't remember going to that one because I would have loved to have seen a number of those bands. I mean, I've seen Violent Femmes, but not at Lollapalooza. But I would have loved to have seen Jane's Addiction. I would have loved to have seen Susie and the Banshees, Rollins. No, we're just on hold. I'm going to hold off on the cabinets for a while. Never saw Nine Inch Nails. That's another one I would have liked to have seen. Saw Marilyn Manson. That was sort of the same thing. That was a great concert to people watch because the Freaks just came out. I mean, it was Hole and it was Nine Inch and Marilyn Manson. Marilyn Manson was the headliner and Hole was opening. Beach Boys are still touring. That would be, I think, fun maybe to see from a nostalgia point of view, but not high on my list. Yeah, that was the one I was at. Was that 92? Maybe it was because that would have been the summer after Nirvana broke because I think Nirvana was really the first of the grunge bands that I was into, and yeah, I guess it probably would have been 92 because you're right. It was Soundgarden, Jesus and Mary Chain, Lush, Ice Cube, Ministry. Yeah, you're right. That's the one I went to. Going to Costco today to buy cat food. I wish there was a Costco around here. The nearest one's down in Austin, and it's not worth driving to Austin to go to Costco. Hey, Mark. So it's beautiful in Vermont. That's good. Yeah, I wasn't really as much of an Elvis fan. I mean, I guess if somebody gave me tickets, I would have gone. But Johnny Cash, that would have been fun to watch. Definitely could have seen myself going to see Johnny Cash. It's funny, I've been listening to some Leonard Cohen lately. I would have loved to see him perform too. Just a great voice. Still got cat fur on my nose from when I gave bite his belly rub. I'm fortunate though. I got to see so many bands that I was a huge fan of. We were going to concerts all the time during the early '90s, during like the grunge movement. So we saw all the big ones: Soundgarden, Nirvana, Pearl Jam, Jesus and Mary Chain, Screaming Trees, Temple of the Dog. Music festivals are getting scary to go to. Yeah, I guess that's sort of true. But I think a lot of the concerts that I'd be interested in would probably be not the types of things that would be of interest to the younger people. Usually it's certain kinds of bands, uh, that are maybe of interest of younger people. Those are the ones that have the weirdos. I'm into bands maybe that are people more my age, and usually if we've gotten to this age and not become a weirdo, we're probably not going to be. We'll pull the plug soon enough. Alice Cooper would have been one I would have loved to see. I would have loved to see Black Sabbath too. I did get to see Ozzy once, and that was pretty great. He was at an Ozfest one year, and I think it was him and Metallica and who else was it? What's that band? I'm trying to think what they're called. Yeah, but yeah, Alice would have been a great one. Alice always put on a great show. I'm going to pull the plug. Don't I have to plug something in first? Yeah, I plugged in the computer at the beginning of the live stream. So, yeah, we got you covered. Humphreys Maggie? You've never heard of them. Am I even pronouncing that right? I don't know. I got the light pattern on there, and every once in a while the lights change, and it kind of gets my attention. I see it on a screen in front of me. Well, we're coming down to our last 4 minutes, so if you got anything to say, now's your chance. Speak now or forever hold your peace, or at least until next week. Some more vodka. Work's going good. Yeah, really happy there. They keep challenging me. You know, what I love is that the mechanics are willing to share so much information. So I learn so much. And I keep telling this to my boss, you know, what keeps the job interesting is when there's variety. Am I going to do Halloween this year? I think I'm going to do Halloween at my house on Halloween night. But I am going to do Silo Screams a year again this year, but probably only on Saturdays. I got sick last year when I did, one week of just 12-hour day at work on Friday, go in, work until, Silo Screams until like 1 or 2 in the morning, then getting the 3 hours of sleep and going back and doing the whole thing again. Yeah, Frank Zappa is another one that would have been fun to see. Supposedly really great stage shows. See, that's one of the things I really like about bands when they put on a great stage show. Should you create a manual for troubleshooting at work to help when I'm not there? Well, I mean, they have mechanics to do that. Um, but I'm a trainer at work, so part of what I do is teach people how to deal with those kinds of things, and so that's kind of my contribution. Jim Croce, yeah. Jordan's videos, yeah. Yeah, Jordan's music's great too. A lot of people don't know this, but he's got several albums out, but only one was ever pressed as a CD, so that's the one he gives away. And then, of course, he's got the 45s that he gives away. But there were like 3 Candyland Riots albums. The other two just never made it past the CDR phase. Aerosmith and Guns N' Roses, that would have been a great show. Yeah, well, and I've said this before. What makes Jordan's videos great is because he only does videos on things that he's interested in, and when he's interested in, he becomes excited about it. When he becomes excited about it, it comes out in the content of the video. So you can tell a lot about who Jordan is by the things he covers in his vlogs because now you know what he's into. It's hard to think back to '87 and think Guns N' Roses was there. Just shows that there's just bands out there that have staying power. Blondie, I never was that into Blondie. That was kind of that '80s post-punk movement thing, the new wave movement. Can't really think of any bands from that era that I was really into that I'm still really into. Maybe Devo. Devo was a great band. Devo was probably one of the most underrated bands just because everybody thinks of one song when they think of Devo, but Devo had so many great songs. And I saw them perform several times. Am I procrastinating doing yard work? Yeah, a little bit. I gotta go out and mow the front lawn today. And it's gonna be hot and miserable out there too. Never saw Iggy Pop, but Iggy Pop seems like he'd be an interesting character. How long does it take to mow the front lawn? Well, it probably takes a few hours beginning to end because I kind of do it in phases. What I'll do is I'll go and do the general mowing, and then I got to go out and edge, and I got to go out there with a weed whacker and hit the areas I can't hit with the mower. And I'll usually take a break between each of those just to cool off a little bit. Might even go in the pool today. I saw that Iggy's still touring. I follow him on Facebook, and yeah, he's still out there, still doing his thing. That's another guy. That's another artist that just had staying power. A lot of them, they're popular for a couple years, and then that's it. Hey, bye. I see you. Well, I think we're kind of winding down on this one, so I'm going to pull the plug on this one and go out and maybe mow the lawn. No more procrastinating. So thanks everyone for watching. I'll see you next time. Good night.